Can't bullshit anymore though, right? Everyone's got Google in their pocket.
Yeah, honestly, but no one uses it. So
I do. It's annoying.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Whenever you're checking a text, you're really just
fact checking everyone.
Sometimes it just says them to
Idiots.
You. It just automatically answers you out of your pocket.
Yeah.
So.
But I remember like when just with like computers, you didn't have it in your pocket and stuff, but you could just go home and look at stuff that people are talking about later on. And there was still a lot of bullshit. Yeah. And it was just interesting to me how long it took for people to realize that everyone's just looking up what they're talking about.
Yeah. And I think it kind of ended the bullshitter, sort of like.
Yeah. Or they got more crafty or something.
Yeah, or you have to do weird lies that are like specific to you that you can't look up. Like.
I think, that's probably the angle that they want. If they have to lie, they're like, where am I going to do it? There's no space anymore.
There's still
can't say that pandas have two penises. Like, you can look it up. You know they don't have two penises.
Yeah. But there's like a period when we were kids where there's like people who would just bullshit all the time. And it's just like, really though?
You knew they were lying. A few things you're like, no, I know that one's. Like, but then the rest of it,
it was just fascinating. It's like a curiosity though. I'm like, how do you not know that everybody knows that you're bullshitting? It's so bizarre, yeah.
I guess compulsive liars do know.
Yeah,
often
deep down,
like
at least.
Do they just do it? It's like a dopamine thing or something?
Yeah,
like
I don't
a compulsion, or like are they doing it as like for fun? Like
it seems like such like once you catch yourself doing it, you should be able to stop and be like, "Oh, that was a lie." But I guess that's embarrassing to admit you're lying. Like as you're lying,
the lie just gets deeper and deeper at that point, and then you're a compulsive liar.
I guess
I thought it was like an attention thing. Attention.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, but then
I think they also think they're smarter than everyone too. That no one knows they're lying.
They're sociopaths.
They can just keep
lying.
Yeah. If someone catches their lie, they can just lie about that, and then
like
they're clever. So
compounds. So there's like
they don't make good partners. I bet.
Probably not. But there's also
stressful.
Yeah.
You have to live in multiple layers of lies to really understand them. But that means that there's a lot of crafty liars. That then the internet came out and they just had to totally remodel their lifestyle.
Right? Yeah.
yeah.
Can you imagine being a 40-year-old bullshitter when the internet comes out? It's like, oh, Jesus Christ, what are we going to do now?
They're the
what
people,
are we going to talk about?
They're the people that are like, email. What people are going to sit on their computer and send mail? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, They just downplay it and they're like, no, the internet. Don't get involved.
A guy walked into our front door at work. I heard him from my office, and he came and he's like, "Oh, you got any job applications?" And then the guy was like, "Oh no, we don't really do that. You know, it's niche, small company." And he's like, "But like send us an email, like what you do, and you know, just write us an email, and we can see if there's a place for you here if we need anyone." He's like, "Oh, I don't really do that computer stuff." And I heard him. I was like, he sounds like he's like 25.
It's ridiculous, yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, like." Yeah, just send an email. He's like, nah, that's all right. And then he left.
That's ridiculous.
And then I was like, is that guy old? He sounded young. Like to be so uncomputer that you're like, I can't send an email.
Did he leave on like a horse and buggy?
70 or something.
Well, I guess there's no
at least 60.
There's just no job.
Yeah, they're like, he's like, no, he was young. He was just like straight from the top of the hill or something.
He's
like hillbilly guy. Like I didn't see him,
but
probably just lives out in the middle of nowhere with no electricity or something.
Like
I don't know.
Internet penetration, you don't really think about it because we're used to it just being easily accessible. But if you don't live in a city, like if you live far enough out, it's like really shitty.
Yeah, everyone I know
though.
It's enough to send an email though.
They're using smartphones, so they're using computers.
Well, most people have upgraded, even smartphones though. Like a lot of people were holdouts on flip phones for a long time.
A guy I work with still uses a flip phone.
A guy I work with refuses to have any sort of cell phone whatsoever, and he loves it. He's like he every weekend he like goes down to his family farm and leaves his family. And there's no way for him to get it. They can call the farm and that's it. Like that's it.
Yeah. Well, it is interesting because if you're not accessible, it's almost like people find it bizarre now when they can't instantly message you or something. But it's like that's how it was
been,
like 10 years ago. It was still like that. Yeah, like you had to
100 years ago you had to write someone a letter. Like there wasn't even a phone.
Yeah, the whole doing letters and stuff back in the day. That sounds. I wrote one letter to a pen pal in like 5th grade, and they never responded back.
Oh yeah.
And I just never.
I think I got one back, and I was like, yeah, I'll get to that. I'll write you a letter someday.
Yeah. No. So yeah, that was like a 5th grade project or whatever.
Children writing letters to prisoners anyway just seems dangerous.
Wait, that's a thing? That's ridiculous.
Isn't that? Don't you pick an
that was my
something like Africa or something like that.
Africa kid,
yeah. Like you're sending a message.
I had a Spanish pen pal.
Right. Yeah.
I was supposed to write in Spanish, and I guess they were supposed to write in English, or were they just writing in Spanish? And I was supposed to.
I don't know.
Super weak on
I don't know. Was that part of your language class, or was that okay? Yeah,
it didn't last very long though.
Yeah.
No, I remember. I think they tried that.
You can only ask like how do you like? You can only ask like where's the toilet so many times.
You're like Albano. So yeah, the phrases that you just have a bunch of the cliche bathroom phrases and stuff. Yeah. But writing letters like that had to be crazy though back in the day because that was like the only stimulation you're getting like intellectually. You just get a letter. There wasn't even
like
libraries.
Wake up. That was like their sitting room. They would just read all their letters.
Yeah, they would read all their letters.
It was like the best part of their day.
Founding fathers' letters are all preserved, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I mean, I guess if we didn't have phones and all that shit, I'd probably write a couple letters a day. Like you go home and you're like, well, stare at the candle, read a book, or write a letter.
Yeah. Makes sense because you just spend that time texting your friends and family now. So
it's just a long form.
It's just
do it at the end of the day. Like, what'd you do today?
Which is nuts though. You'd send something out and then like weeks later you'd get a response back and then you're like, oh, I forgot I even sent this out or whatever. I guess I kind of remember what I was saying.
Yeah.
Some people still do it.
Yeah. Which seems interesting to me. Like
it's like something I like the idea of doing that, but I wouldn't actually do it. I just know I wouldn't.
It's a cool concept.
Yeah. That'd be neat.
Yeah, if somebody wrote me a letter because they thought it was like a interesting, fun little thing to do, I'd probably just never mention it and pretend like
I text them,
like, hey, did you get any interesting mail? It's like nothing to speak of.
Bills.
That makes me want to write you a letter now. You would never read it.
Yeah, he doesn't even open his mail.
I hate mail. Yeah, like
it's all the worst.
It's all trash.
He has bags of mail that he has never looked
at.
I've
been trying to find more and more efficient ways to grind it up and turn it into useful things.
I always throw out important mail because of all the junk mail.
Yeah.
I flip through it. I see, that's an important one. It all goes in one stack.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, this fucking pile of mail has got to go. And I'm like, boom, 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 trash. And then like 2 weeks later, I'm like, there was a check in there for me, or there was like a bill that I can't remember where it's supposed to go,
or a birthday card, or a couple gift cards. I went through one pile of your mail and found like $50 in cash.
That was one pile.
One pile of mail.
And it was in Confederate bills, so it was actually worth quite a bit.
Throw it out, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's just like
I mean, it's better that you didn't.
He just never throws the piles out. He keeps the piles and then hides the piles.
Eventually, the pile gets big enough, and you just nap in that. And it's
well, then you just move it to the attic, and then you create a new pile, and then you just keep doing that. The attic is full of mail.
Filled with mail. Yeah, it's just like the phone.
Like a fire hazard.
It's like the phone books, though. Like they still send them out and stuff, and it's they're just made out of recycled phone books.
I just leave them on my front porch until I take the recycling out and just throw it in on the way up.
Yeah, no, but you know what's?
Can you?
I let that shit become part of the earth.
You can.
Those phone books are 3 feet underground by the time I remember.
You recycle the phone books, and then they get turned into more phone books. Yeah. They're made out of phone books. It's phone books all the way down.
I mean, the phone book every year probably makes up a good portion of my recycling. It's just so much.
And then you throw it out.
Thousands of pages.
You're paying somebody to just create this. It's like a Rube Goldberg device for just keeping shit around. Like it's like a waste product. It's being reused
to make waste products.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like a
good compost mine this year.
That's a good idea.
Seems like a compost well.
Yeah. Be easy. Like with junk mail, I'm like, I should compost this, but then you got to open it. You can't use the envelope because it's got plastic in it, and then you gotta make sure the sheets inside aren't plasticky. I'm like, just throw the whole thing in there.
Which they always hide pieces of plastic
separate
on
the plastic.
Yeah. Oh, they're getting crafty with that. They just they'll just glaze plastic.
They try to trick you so hard with junk mail.
Yeah, no, it's hilarious.
I feel bad for like older people.
Like
that
you look at it
mail.
and it looks like a literal check from somewhere.
Oh yeah.
And then you're like, I have to fucking open it or whatever. And then you open it and it's like,
not a check.
Give me all your information.
You don't even know what it says because you don't open that.
Yeah, well, I know they're scam.
Yeah.
Give me all your personal information and then I'll give you a check. But those, older people, they have to. Their only reason they're doing that is it works 1 in 1,000 times, and then they make $60,000 off of them, and they're like,
it pays for more envelopes.
Yeah. What I don't get though is like Spectrum. Like I'm like, no physical mail, please.
Oh, they don't.
And then they don't. They just send it anyway, and I'm like, you're paying money for no reason. Like, they're like, then they'll call me and they're like, do you want cable now? And I'm like, I just. Never call me again. I don't. I don't want it. But they're spending money on all that. Like the guy is getting paid minimum wage to tell you that, and somebody's crafting these things. The machine is making them and just pumping them out.
It's all a waste.
On
me, but on someone it works.
But at 1 in 1,000 or whatever. I guess.